You know, whenever the President of the United States travels, it's not just a simple car ride. It's a full-on, military-grade operation. You've probably seen that massive fleet of black cars on the news, but believe me, that is just the tip of the iceberg. Today, we're going to declassify the incredible rolling fortress that keeps the world's most protected person safe from the ground all the way up to the sky.
So that's the big question, right? How do you move the most protected person on the planet from point A to point B? Well, it's this incredible symphony of advanced technology, elite personnel, and just absolute military precision, both on the ground and in the air. Let's get into it.
Okay, let's just start with a number that's kind of hard to wrap your head around. When you see that presidential motorcade, you're not just looking at a few cars. You are looking at a convoy of 40 to 50 vehicles. Seriously, think about that. Up to 50 vehicles, all moving as one single rolling security bubble.
But here's the craziest part. That massive motorcade you see on TV, that's just the part they want you to see. The real complexity, the real genius of the operation, is a system that spans the entire globe, with logistics that are, frankly, staggering.
All right, so let's start with the part everyone recognizes, the fortress on wheels. We're talking about the ground motorcade. It is the most iconic piece of presidential travel, and right there, at its heart, is probably the most famous car on Earth.
Officially, it's called the Presidential State Car. But come on, everyone knows it by its nickname, the Beast. And let me tell you, it earns that name. This is not a limousine. It's a 20,000-pound custom-built tank disguised as a Cadillac. That's about the weight of 4 big SUVs. Every single piece of it is designed for one thing and one thing only: absolute survival.
So, what makes it such a fortress? Well, get this. The bulletproof glass, it's 5 inches thick. The armored doors are 8 inches thick and weigh as much as a cabin door on a Boeing 757. And the tires are reinforced with Kevlar. They are literally designed to keep going even if they get shot out. This thing isn't just about stopping bullets. It's about withstanding a major attack and getting away.
And this whole convoy isn't just a parade of cars. It's a perfectly choreographed defensive strategy. Way out front, you've got sweepers clearing the route. Then you have the lead car, which acts as a buffer. In the sweet spot, you have the Beast. But here's the really clever part. There's almost always an identical decoy beast in the motorcade to confuse any potential threats. Right behind them is the Roadrunner, basically a mobile command center handling all secure communications, and then a whole swarm of support vehicles. Every single car has a very specific job.
You know, all this high-tech gear is incredible for sure, but it's totally useless without the elite teams who are actually running the show. So let's talk about the people behind the wheel and on the ground who make all this happen.
This quote right here, it says everything. I mean, just imagine, you wake up, you think you're prepping a route for Minneapolis, and then a couple hours later you're told scratch that, we're going to Kansas City instead. And you have to make that happen flawlessly in a matter of hours. That is the insane level of adaptability these teams operate with. There's absolutely zero room for error.
And the training these folks go through is just on another level. The drivers have more than 500 hours of city-specific training. The protection agents are seasoned pros, with at least 6 years under their belts. But listen to this. The mechanics are not only trained to fix these one-of-a-kind vehicles, they're also trained to completely destroy them once they're retired, just to make sure none of their technological secrets ever get out.
Okay, so that's the ground game. It's intense. But what happens when the president needs to cross an ocean or get somewhere fast? Well, the entire operation shifts gears and takes to the sky. Let's talk about presidential air travel.
When it comes to flying, there are 2 big stars of the show. You've got the legendary Air Force One for those long-haul international trips, but for shorter, more tactical hops, or for getting into really tight spots where a jet can't land, the president relies on the Marine Corps' fleet of helicopters, known as Marine One.
And you know that decoy tactic we saw with the Beast on the ground? They do the exact same thing in the air. Marine One never flies solo. It always flies in a group of up to 6 identical helicopters, and they're constantly shifting their formation. It's like a giant shell game in the sky, making it almost impossible for anyone on the ground to know which helicopter the president is actually in.
And Air Force One? Well, it's so much more than just a plane. It's literally a mobile White House. We're talking 4,000 square feet of space inside, complete with a conference room, an office, even living quarters. It's designed so the president can run the entire country from 30,000 feet. Plus, it can be refueled in midair, which means it can basically stay airborne for as long as it needs to.
So, at this point, you're probably wondering 2 things. What does all this cost?
And how on earth do they move this whole circus around the globe? That brings us to the absolutely mind-boggling logistics and the price tag of presidential safety.
Did you ever wonder how the Beast gets to, say, London or Tokyo? Yeah, it doesn't drive there, it flies. The entire motorcade, the Beast, the support SUVs, all of it, gets loaded onto these massive C-17 Globemaster cargo planes and flown to the destination days ahead of time.
And the price for all this security? It's not cheap. We are talking millions of dollars for a single trip. That cost covers everything, from the jet fuel for the cargo planes, to the security details, to the overtime for local police departments. It's a budget that truly reflects the immense scale of the entire operation.
But, when it comes right down to it, the real power of this whole system is secrecy. The exact technical specifications of these vehicles are some of the most closely guarded secrets in the entire US government. And that secrecy is so critical that, as we mentioned before, when these vehicles are retired, they're not put in a museum. They are completely and utterly destroyed.
When you add up all the costs, all the complexity, all the training, it really all boils down to one simple philosophy, and this quote captures it perfectly. When it comes to protecting the commander-in-chief, the price of their safety can be limitless.
This incredible system is never finished. It's constantly changing, constantly evolving to stay ahead of new threats. Which really makes you wonder, as technology continues to leap forward with things like drones and AI, what will the next generation of presidential protection even look like? What do you think is